It's austerity time. Stephen Harper says, no more stimulus. That is, of course, if you're not in the military, police, penal, industrial complex. There seems to be all kinds of dough around for riot gear, stealth jets, and jails. But it's okay. You don't have to worry about multiple recession dips or increasing social inequality. The government is forcing Stats Canada out of the business of providing reliable statistics. After blowing $1 billion on G20 fascist security, the Harper gang found $16 billion more for stealth jets. They also seem willing to drop another $4 or $5 billion to lock up more Canadians. Now, everybody knows mandatory minimum sentences don't reduce crime, they just fill jails. And any pilot attached to his ass will tell you single-engine jets are unsuitable for any Arctic mission other than a first strike on Santa's workshop. But jets and jails are ideological expenditures. They're intended to turn the Great White North into Bush America. Canadians have historically displayed much wisdom by sidestepping political trends that eroded social progress elsewhere. Despite living next to the world's last empire, we've still got universal health care, a social safety net, and unions. But a fractured opposition has allowed an ideological prime minister of a minority government to rend the very fabric of Canadian society. How is Canada wounded? Let me count some ways. In a world where rape is a military tactic, Canada now espouses W's philosophy of denying abortion as an option in women's health aid programs. Canada's immigration policy is being rewritten to create a permanent underclass of temporary foreign workers with no rights, like Mexicans in Texas or Arizona. Canada is now a knee-jerk supporter of Israeli policy, regardless how unjust or antithetical to our own interests. Canada is no longer a peacekeeping country. F-35 jets are first-strike weapons and lemons for any other purpose. Canada now holds the records for mass arrests at a major summit for the 900 people arrested at the G20. Woohoo! Canada will soon be imposing mandatory minimum sentences. That's how the U.S. won the dubious distinction of the world's highest incarceration rate. Canada alone didn't fight to free its national from Guantanamo, despite the fact Omar Canada was 15 years old at the time he was shot, arrested, and tortured for his activities as a child soldier. Canada, in fact, is forcing his trial, and this is going to set a dangerous precedent for children coerced into combat everywhere. All my life, I have been deeply proud of being Canadian. I wore my maple leaf patch with pride everywhere in the world and got friendship and respect in return. Now, right-wing radicals are waging war against everything that was good and wholesome about my country. So it's time to rise up, my friends, and take back our country from the Reform Party of the rich. Europeans are planning a general strike September 29th against the austerity shock on that continent. Let's join them and show this fascist minority how we really feel about them hijacking our country. See you there. In Toronto, I'm Alberto da Silva, now Rex Murray.